This is my co-host, Rebecca Feldman. Give her a round of applause. Thank you so much for filling in for me.
Wow, big shoes to fill.
Yep, 11 and a half. All right. Well, there's so much happening in the news. We just got to jump right into this, okay? So a grocery store chain, Fred Meyer's. Who's a fan of Fred Meyer's? Well, they've begun advertising for replacement workers in case that their unionized workers go on strike, which means that the answer is what's on your list today is scabs! Scabs!
Scabs.
Don't cross those picket lines.
Yeah. Well, the president and Chrissy Teigen got into a Twitter fight on Monday after the president called her a foul-mouthed wife.
Ooh.
And Teigen responded by calling President Trump a pussy-ass bitch.
Yeah, it's true.
And with that, she's officially polling higher than Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, yeah. Well, now, amid an outbreak of the vaping-related deaths, the Trump administration announced this week that it would completely ban flavored e-cigarettes in order to protect the youth of America. Now, you can just ask the kids from Parkland, Florida. Yeah. Too soon.
Well, speaking of President Trump, he fired his national security advisor this week, John Bolton.
There we go.
He was known for his hawkish foreign policy outlook, and he will now return to his previous job giving mustache rides.
Just hop on. Hop on board. Yeah.
This makes 3 national security advisors in 3 years, which means John was the Melania of the group.
Oh, nice. Now, well, some sad news broke out this week. Now, everyone's favorite Tea Partier, Sarah Palin, is getting divorced after 31 years of marriage. Now, it's really devastating for her family, but the kids are going to be alt-right, okay? It's going to be alt-right.
Bada bing. Well, Apple has unveiled their new iPhone 11, and the specs are pretty astounding. 3 new cameras with zoom capabilities, 4K filming, and selfie slow motion technology that will ensure that women everywhere see the highest quality unsolicited dick pics.
Yes, okay.
It's like it's coming at you.
Thank you, Apple. All right, well, a family stranded atop of a waterfall in Big Sur National Park was rescued after sending a message in a bottle down the waterfall. Now, the rescue workers are grateful to the family's ingenuity and wanted to make time to let everyone know and remind them that littering saves lives. Littering, okay, so just litter. Yeah, just throw your trash away.
A Pennsylvania couple is being sued after spending an accidental bank deposit of $120,000 into their account. Apparently, Monopoly has been lying this whole time with their bank error in your favor bullshit.
That's bullshit. Yes, what it looked like. It's not true. Well,
Police brutality right there.
Yeah. Well, in local news, biologists are now tracking pronghorn antelope migration habits in southeastern Oregon. Now, the move is being seen by the pronghorn antelope community as a real cock blocker, okay? It's just, yeah, they're not into it.
Well, in a big move for animal rights, Denmark has bought and then retired the last 4 circus elephants in the country.
Yes.
So now the elephants will get to live the rest of their lives on the grassy savannas of sunny Denmark.
That's what it's known for. Now, in sad news, your dad's second favorite rocker, Eddie Money, passed away yesterday. And no word on who got the other ticket to paradise.
He had 2 of them. What?
Well, in a medical miracle, a woman in Vancouver, Washington, has given birth after a successful uterine transplant.
Wow.
Pretty cool. Despite being a highly complex medical procedure, doctors report the only complication was that the child was born without a soul.
Oh. Hey, this is Late Night Special! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here. We have such a packed show.
Yes, very excited.
Gosh, what has been going on in your world, Rebecca?
Well, it's been a while since I've been here.
Too
It's
long.
good to be back. I know. I miss this couch.
It misses you and your ass.
Many things do.
Yikes.
But yeah, I've been good.
What did you do
Enjoying
today?
the last days of summer. I went to the Belmont Street Fair.
Belmont Street Fair. Who's been there? Yeah, they're all West Siders.
Okay.
It's fine.
Well, it was fun. I got my aura read.
Your aura read.
Yes.
What was the verdict?
I've got a good one.
Nice.
In case you were all wondering.
Would they ever say like your aura's bad?
Probably not. I don't know. The guy seemed really nice, so he probably would have like lied to anyone. But mine was like really red and orange, which is supposed to be like really good and expressive and like be like a go-getter.
And did you believe him?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I like to be on stage, so I was like, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Did you have to pay for this?
I did. Look, it was $10. I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do. I had a $10 bill in my wallet, so I was like, whatever, I'll just throw it out there. It was weird. It was like you put your hand on this like weird, fancy-looking machine, and then he was like, okay, now put your other hand on this rock to ground yourself.
Are you sure this wasn't Scientology?
That's what I thought. That is kind of what I was like, okay, am I gonna get sold into a cult or something? But no, it was fun. The guy was really nice. He was having some trouble with his software.
Hey now.
What does that even mean?
I don't
For
know.
auras.
It was a $3,000 computer. Okay, he kept saying something.
Yeah, because people keep giving him $10.
So wait, there was computer as part of this?
Yes, it was like there's a box that you put your hand on. That
This
was
is
connected
sounding
to a
more and
computer.
more like Scientology the deeper we get into it.
Are you going clear, Rebecca?
The clearest. It was fun though. I don't know.
Okay,
You know,
that's fun.
I'm not like super into woo-woo stuff, but it's fun to like dip your toes in every once in a while. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like astrology, it's fun. It's like a jokey medicine, like chiropractic care or something.
Exactly.
You know, it's like
Any
there's something.
chiropractors in the audience?
Yeah,
or something?
there's something to it, but like, come on, you know.
Yeah, you're just cracking my back. Okay.
Yeah, and like, thank you. Yeah. John Bolton leaving the White House. God damn it, yes.
I mean, it is a pity to see that mustache go.
No, it's not.
Okay.
God, that guy's such an asshole, and he's like so racist.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
I'm happy to see him
when
go.
can we get the big guy out of there? Trump.
Soon, hopefully soon, yes. Well, so he's leaving, that's good. And then did you watch any of the debates? Debate 3, did anybody watch the third debate? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. There was just
I
no
didn't watch
Elizabeth action. I was like, where's Elizabeth?
Was she not there?
No, she was
just wasn't-
there, but
okay.
like, I only watched the highlights. I don't know, but
Well, I didn't watch anything. I'm a bad American.
yeah. Well, and you were like, how are we gonna get him out? Well, you gotta be.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm not voting for Joe Biden. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Just Joe, get out of the way.
I know.
Yeah.
He's so old.
He's so old.
I mean,
yeah.
and that's not obviously that's not like the worst thing about him. But
I mean, if he's the candidate, I'll vote for him.
Well, yeah, we
Yeah,
all
okay.
will.
But
we
not
all
primary,
will.
yeah.
Anyway.
Enough about those politics.
But did you hear about that SNL cast member?
Yes.
Speaking of racist,
Oh,
has anybody
God.
heard about this latest SNL guy? I'm not even going to dignify
Yeah,
by saying his
yeah.
name, but he just got cast on SNL, top comedy show, and he's just like, a homophobic racist. And it's not like 10 years
Right.
ago.
Last year.
It was like last year.
It was like May.
It was like
Yeah.
May.
This year. So why aren't we should be on
I
SNL?
know.
Like, why is he on SNL when people like us could be there?
I don't
mean,
know.
I don't know.
Do you
But
want us to be
Bo
on?
and Yang.
Wait, yeah, Bo and Yang.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it up for him.
Yeah. But
I
more
like-
importantly, do you want to see us?
Do you want to see us on there? On the fence, yeah.
Moderate to.
Yeah, but kind of like, I don't know, shame on SNL. I mean, it's just like,
Yeah.
Lauren Michaels, like, why are you casting this when there's like so many talented people who aren't racist?
Right.
I mean, in fairness, bigots do watch TV,
Ah.
and a lot of it.
I don't know. Maybe he didn't even. Maybe they weren't even. Do they even watch the like? I don't know how the audition process works. Never mind. I was like, did they watch the tapes? Maybe they're just like, sure. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't know.
Don't.
I shouldn't. I know. I don't know why I am.
Shame them, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but anything like uplifting and good in the world in your life? We have a juggler who's coming here.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Are you excited about juggling? Oh my gosh. And we have
idea.
stand-up Dylan Jenkins
Yes.
is here.
Yes, we do.
Returning to Late Night Special, I'm very excited. And we also have a surprise
secret
guest.
guest.
A secret guest.
I'm excited about that.
Everybody go, ooh.
Oh my.
Yeah, he's gonna
Now
be
say
secret.
ah.
But, I just want to get this show on the road with some music,
All right.
So we have a very special musical guest. He's coming all the way from Portland, Oregon.
What? That's so
Hey,
far
give it
away.
up for Alan Singley! You're welcome, yes.
Oh.
How about this band over here, huh? Okay, let's get this show on the road. All right, hi, my name is Alan Singley, and this song needs no introduction. We'll just do this. We get to do whatever we want to. We get to do. We get to do whatever we want to. We get to lay in bed all day. We get to hear the music play. We get to put our feet in water if we've got 'em and pray for brighter days. We get to do. We get to do whatever we want to. We get to do. We get to do whatever we want to. We get to fly around in planes. We get to feel joy and feel pain. We get to celebrate and join in the refrain always. If you lay your head down, a dream will come your way. All wrapped up in blankets as the real world drifts away. You can go dancing, get lost in the sound. You can raise a little family, you can never settle down. We get to do whatever we want to. We get to do. We get to do whatever we want to. We get to breathe that oxygen. We get to have fun with our friends. We get to cry, but then we get to smile again. It all depends on when we get to do. We get to do whatever we want to. We get to do. We get to do whatever we want to. We get to do. We get to do whatever we want to. We get to do. We get to do whatever we want to.
Alan Singley! Well done. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Give it up for that shirt.
Yeah, that shirt. Saved by the Bell. Yeah. Chatting with him backstage, he said that all of his songs tonight are going to be about his cat. So I think that was about his cat.
I was just thinking that too.
Yeah. Now that you know, did you like it? On the fence, yeah, on the fence. Great, it's fine, he'll win you back. All right, well, somebody who will win your hearts and your funny bones, and what do you always say about our next guest?
He's a great guy.
Hey, give it up for Dylan Jenkins!
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. I'm born and raised here in Portland. I really love this town. We may not speak with accents, but we drive with the slow southern drawl, which is fantastic. Just like passive-aggressive butter melting off a hot biscuit, baby. Just 40 in the left-hand lane. It's nice. Each four-way intersection is just like, oh no, I do declare you go first. No. I currently live in a basement room of a house, which shocks nobody to hear ever. Like I can tell that to someone wearing a monocle, and that monocle's gonna stay on their face. Like no one's surprised, right? Like you'd be surprised to find out I lived in a castle. But even then you'd be like, yo, you mean the basement of a castle, right? Like, let's keep it real. I'm like, it's called the dungeon, dude. Respect my domicile, all right? I got a dehumidifier. I'm gonna be all right. It's gonna work out. But I'm going through some changes in my life now. Like, I'm a big fan of seltzer now. Yeah, hell yeah. Didn't see that coming, but I love it. I like it a lot. My favorite thing about it is if you spill it, you're just accidentally cleaning, which is delightful. Yeah, like, normally you knock something over, you gotta act fast, man, not with seltzer. Knocked over a can of LaCroix the other day and just thought to myself, I've been meaning to clean up for a while now. Like, I'm just let it do its thing. Like now I'm just weirding out my friends with my one suspiciously clean spot on my rug. They're looking at it like, what's up with that? I'm like, that's mango LaCroix, dog. Get your shit together. Okay? All right, and turn on that dehumidifier. We gotta dry this place out, man. This is no joke, man. But I like where I live now. I enjoy my roommates. I used to have hippie roommates, and it didn't work for me. So just some advice from me to you. Never sign a lease with a dude named Tree. Because it's not gonna work out, right? And it's so obvious looking back, but in the moment I was like, oh, Tree, like strong roots, cool, like. Now, Tree was a gross person. He was. I came home multiple times, and he would have like a cut on his leg, and he would just have his dog licking it. Yeah, really gross. It's very gross. And finally, after like the 7th or 8th time, I'm like, hey man, I don't think you should have your dog licking on your leg wounds. And he just looked at me and goes, dog's mouth's cleaner than a human's. And I'm like, yeah, man, I think you're missing the fucking point. Like, I didn't come out like, yo, man, you got the wrong type of mouth for that. Like, that'd be so much weirder. Like, mouths should be nowhere near wounds, man. Like, I've never heard a doctor say, I need a clean mouth now. And I've been waiting, you know. Just imagine a Tree like Walgreens, like looking at like peroxide, just like, nah, I got my dog, man. This is medicinal licks, man. He was, man. I went and hung out with my grandma the other day, and she told me that, thank you, that is pretty funny. No, she's a funny lady. She said to me, she was like, Dylan, I need new landline phones, which is the most grandma shit you can say out loud in 2019. Like, it's just, I'm like, okay, like, I don't know where to get them, but so we went to Costco, and I had to ask the dude in the electronics section, like, hey man, where are the landlines at? He was like, just in the back. Like, they're so far away. And I went, sure enough, way in the back, there they are, 3-pack. Yeah, you can't even buy one of them. They're trying to get rid of them. They're like, you need at least 3. Fun fact, you buy a 3-pack of landline phones, you get 4 pounds of hard candy on the house. It's the Grandma Rhea. Yeah, they got you. But I love my grandma. She's getting older, and it's kind of a redundant thing to say. But like some of my family's trying to pressure her to go into a retirement home. And she doesn't want to, and I totally understand, you know. She's owned her home for decades, she's independent. But I was just thinking, like, as a millennial, I think we're gonna be the first generation that actively look forward to going into the retirement home. Yes. Yeah. It's not gonna be hard to convince us at all. Like, our kids can be like, hey, they've got Netflix, and you know, sign me up right there. Right, like, I'm looking forward to the millennial retirement home. I think it's gonna be great. Like arts and crafts, it's just gonna be us making memes. It's gonna be great. There are gonna be registered nurses saying things like, that was a very dank meme you just made, Caleb. Thank you. It is very dank. I want to take a moment. I want to give a shout out to all the bagpipers out there. Thank you. Especially new bagpipers, young bagpipers, you know. Kids that look at the instrument and say, fuck it, I'm going to learn both the songs. It's very brave. Man. I work at a grocery store, which is a lot of fun. There's this thing that smaller companies are doing these days where at the end of their list of ingredients, they include the word love. Some sort of like folksy, kitschy bullshit. And it confuses people. I've had multiple people approach me, point to the word love and ask me, what does this mean? Which puts me in a weird position. Because I'm like, did you just ask me what love means? Like, I was putting pickles on a shelf when a woman asked me the meaning of love. Like, I was shook, you know? I didn't know what to do. I was like, honestly, I don't feel comfortable telling you the meaning of love without my acoustic guitar, because it's not going to translate. Anyways, that's been my time. Thank you all very much.
Dylan Jenkins! Dylan Jenkins, he's such a gem. This is the second time he's been on Late Night Special. It won't be the last. Give one more round of applause to Dylan Jenkins. I love him. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah. I'm excited for those retirement homes.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I don't know, yeah. Yeah, but he is right about traffic. Is anybody else like traffic is just inappropriate right now? God, and it's everyone from Washington. You're welcome, fuck you. Get out of the way. No, that's true. Now, I need something uplifting right now.
Me too.
I need something up in the
Literally
air.
up in the
I need
air.
up in the air. I need something like I just need to keep it up in the air.
Balls flying in the air.
Yeah, all of that. Hey, go bananas for our juggler, Charlie Brown!
Hi. How are you? You want to see stuff? Okay. Mind if I warm up? Do you care? Oh, you got a great view.
Don't stop.
Quick warm up, watch.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was good. You'll like this. Check it out.
Oh!
It's your turn. This is simple. I ask one thing. Check it out. You see the hat hit the head, everybody? One clap. That is it. One single clap. Everybody hands out in a pre-clappatory position. Trial run at it. Head single clap. Everyone together. Here we go. Together. Try again. Everyone together. Here we go. Looking good. Not bad. Here we go. No. I'll slow it down. I'll do tricks. Same thing. Hands out. Be ready. Single clap. Everyone together. Look something. Not yet.
They're stoned.
Right. Yeah. This. Excellent. Everyone again. Beautiful. One more time. Good crowd. Wait. Hold it. Not yet. Almost. Oh, that ain't it. Oh, that ain't it. Check it out. Wait. Off of the foot onto the head, very difficult. If I make it, we'll move on. If I don't, I'll keep doing it until I make it, and you're gonna watch. Want to see more?
Yeah.
Good view. Yeah, you might want to move back. applause. Yeah, thanks a lot. People, I want to share something with you. It takes a long time to learn a trick like this. It can take months, even years to learn a trick like this. Not only that, but to perform this, I had to bring for you an 80-pound slab of marble. You know what that means, people? You're going to watch this trick a little while longer. Actually, doing the trick is difficult. It's not the hardest part. Actually, wait. Here, quick, throw it back before anyone notices. I have to catch them all. If I do that, make some noise. Is that enough?
Yeah, okay, give it up for John Brown! That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Wow.
Wow.
I thought it was just going to be 3 balls throwing them up and down.
I
So
know,
much
yeah.
more.
That
is-
was great. Hey, and give it up for those
Frankie Juggler,
red
yeah.
pants. He could be in the white stripes. Yep,
And
yep.
it's still a thing?
I like when he came out and he was like, band, cool it. Let me do my thing. You know what? We've arrived at the main event.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have a very special, a voice actor. He just moved here from Los Angeles, California. He's
The big city.
the big city. He's also the current voice of PBS Kids. He's been the voice
Everyone's
of
favorite.
Spider-Man. He's been the voice of the monster from Scream, the television series. Hey, go bananas for Mike Vaughn!
You sit over there? You just no, I can hear.
Here, you get the seat of honor.
That's
Oh
my
my
better
gosh! Wow! Hey, give it up for Mike Vaughn! Mike Vaughn, you're a voice actor.
Yep.
Yeah, can we get his headshot back up here?
Oh God.
Yeah. These are all the characters that you have
Those are a
voiced.
few that I've done.
Is that whole thing your headshot? Or?
It's my card, and I do use part of that for my headshot when I feel like an asshole and submitting a douche shot. Yeah, I'm like, take that.
I mean, your resume is pretty profound because you were the voice of the On Point Community College credit.
I
union.
had just moved to LA, and then I booked the voice of On Point, and was the voice for On Point for 8 years.
Nice.
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't know if you know it, but I'm an On Point community member. Yeah.
How's that working out for you?
I love it. Give it up for On Point. Who's an On Point? Yeah. Switch over. You're gonna want
Big
him.
fan of
You're
her.
gonna want him. Did you like it? Was that like?
It was a good gig. They were very nice. They don't use me anymore, so whatever. And I stuck with my credit union, which was Rivermark.
Okay. You know, we don't need to mention it. You know, we don't need to mention it.
Hey,
But-
I'm honest. I'm honest.
Well, speaking of honesty, so it says here that you moved here because you had kids in Los Angeles.
A
and
kid.
You had a kid.
A kid.
In Los Angeles, and you moved to Portland because LA children are awful.
They are the worst.
Why?
We had a kid that lived catty corner from us, and he's no longer in school, and he goes on Pokemon tours, and you can't talk to him. He's just like, yeah, what's up? Hey, Prozac. And that's it. And there's like no personality in him. I'm like, I don't want my kid in the car signing up for Pokemon tournaments and like on his phone all day.
Yeah, popping perks.
Yeah. So now he's in Portland on his phone all day. So,
Okay,
yeah.
good. Complaining with the rain, yeah.
We
And
can-
it's
we can
just
walk to
reindeer
daycare.
here.
Yeah.
More depressing.
So tell me about PBS Kids. You're the voice of the PBS Kids. What is that?
So it's what's called the promo voice, and it's every night is Friday night on PBS Kids, and so I introduce all the shows and do all that stuff, and they've been an amazing client, and so it's just fun.
How did you get into voice acting?
Oh, so I was a writer producer in the ad world. It actually comes around. I'll try to make this quick.
Okay.
I was a writer producer in the ad world for Ford for Jay Walter Thompson. I was in Denver, and I had the voice of The Simpsons, Maggie Roswell. She did all the wives and stuff. Come in and do a voice. I hated what she did. I line read her, which is a real asshole thing to do.
What is a line read?
Like, just read it like this, Maggie.
Oh.
And then I read my own
Okay,
script,
yeah,
and the
okay.
engineer was like, hey, you do that Gen X thing pretty good. That's how old I am. And so I cut my own demo, moved to Portland, an agent signed me, And then I just did it for fun, and then I started booking a third of my income as actor and voice actor work, moved to LA, full-time voice actor. And my last year in LA, I went to a friend's birthday party, and there was Maggie Roswell. And I told her, thank you. So that was really weird.
And then she threw a drink in your face.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, you were kind of an asshole.
Wait, and so you were recently on the OA.
I was on the OA.
What did you do in the second season? First? Yeah, give it up for the OA.
Second season.
Second season.
If you sneeze, you miss me. I auditioned for Goodwill warehouse worker, and they wanted, from the specs, they wanted somebody slow. And I was like, that's going to be hard. So I did one version, my audition slow, and then I did another version that was just guy late for the strip club, fuck you, and they went with that guy. So I was just a jerk that was like, you kids are in the wrong place. Get the,
Oh, in the thrift store scene, yeah.
They come to the warehouse in the back, and I'm like, no, get out of your way.
I'll have to rewatch that.
Yeah.
Are you sad that they got canceled?
Yeah, I am sad, and I'm sad they didn't continue to use the warehouse
The
worker.
warehouse guy. He was coming back. Now tell me about Spider-Man.
Okay, I did the voice of Spider-Man in 2008 video game called Web of Shadows. One audition, went to the session, couldn't believe I booked it, went to Comic-Con that year and met Stan Lee, and they had no idea who I was, and so I had to fight my way up to the party and do the whole thing. And those Comic-Con fans, oh my God, I am rated as the second worst voice of Spider-Man ever. All of the voice of Spider-Man. Guess who's last?
Tobey Maguire?
Yep, in Spider-Man 3.
He sucks!
Worse than Andrew Garfield, really?
Has he voiced a game for it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the voice. Just the voice,
okay.
not the actual actor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and so then, so you also, you started a loop group. What is a loop group?
Oh my God, how much time do we have? So when they film a scene, like Portlandia, let's say, and the two lead actors are talking, everybody in the background, all you guys would be fake talking. You guys would be background extras going. And the really bad ones are like... So then that way they can do a clean edit, and they do what's called picture lock. So the picture's done, they throw it back into audio, and we go into that big cliche dark room, and we see the scenes, and we go beep, 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 go, and we improvise everything that everybody's doing in the room to make it sound like it's the restaurant, it's the comedy club, it's the airport, it's whatever. All the fight stuff, all the medical stuff, all the cop stuff showing up, all that. And I formed this loop group when I moved back up here because there was no loop group.
It's the only loop
the
group
only
in
loop group
Portland.
outside of LA in the entire West Coast.
Wow.
So we're trying to get work. And we just did a Widening Kennedy spot for KFC, the Rudy 2 commercial. We're the ones going, Rudy, 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 and we did a bunch of work for an hour.
Wow. Wieden & Kennedy is the largest advertising firm in the world.
It's one of them.
Isn't it the largest?
No.
No.
No. It's been a bunch of buyouts, and there's some other ones.
Wow.
But they're very big, and they do very good work. Yeah, so we're glad that they use us, because usually we go to LA for that stuff. We're like, hey, cool, thanks for noticing us.
Yeah, well, and then also you did a character, or you did some voices for a Nintendo thing in 2008, and they're continuing to use the voices and they're not paying you?
We're going to end this on a sad note, are we?
No.
Yes. I moved to LA, flew back up to Seattle for a Nintendo gig, and it was New Super Mario World 1, the first game for the Wii. 3-hour session of me going, and just matching the picture and making up sounds. I basically went through the IKEA catalog of noises. And I'm like, oh, that was fun, awesome, okay. Well, what they don't tell you, this is before all the union actor video game contracts and stuff. And I had crossed out the line where it said we can use your voice in ads and promos, right? But what the rest of the contract says is we can use your voice in everything else. Well, who the fuck is going to use a voiceover line in another game? Nintendo does. Nintendo does. So 2 years later, I look at my IMDb credits. I'm like, I've got 2 new games. They didn't pay for that. They literally cut, copy, and pasted everything I did in that 3-hour session in what is now 10 games 12 years later.
Nintendo? Pay what you owe.
Shame on you.
I never bring it up unless you ask, but you ask.
You know, they say don't take on Big Nintendo. I'm going to.
I should probably remove the guy from my...
No. If they're not
Stop
paying you, then you
using
use
headshot.
that. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're so glad that you're here, and we actually want to play a game with you, a voice game. Do you want to hear a voice game?
Yeah, you do.
All right. Let's bring on our stage manager. Give it up for Dana.
Yeah!
Okay. Which is which? Okay, this is the voices.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the game. We've got 2 hats,
crap.
and whoa.
I'm
Now,
impressionist.
you are going to grab a voice out of this blue hat, which is a voice that you have done.
Okay.
And then these are lines of dialogue that our comedy writers have written, and so you will do the line of dialogue in the voice of the thing. So,
Okay.
drum roll, please.
Finally got your drum roll.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting. Yeah. And the voice is...
Iggy.
Iggy, great. And then the line of dialogue, we'll just...
It's not going to be much dialogue, but... Can I say the line in English first? Okay.
No.
No? Don't do the line? Okay.
Now in English.
Arms length apart, kids. Always leave room for Jesus.
There we go. All right, next character.
Glad you picked Iggy for them. Come on, it's the same guy. So
Get rid of him, get rid of him, yeah.
It's just the deeper voice version of that guy. That's all that is. All right. Okay. Do I want to say the character?
Yeah, what's the character?
King from Final Fantasy Type 0. I actually just tested past my blue belt, so I think you owe me a little more respect, Trevor. I love cold reads. Okay, red or black, Spider-Man?
Red or black, audience?
Black is
Okay, red.
red, okay. It's a hue thing, not a race thing. Sir, do you know how fast you were going in the school zone?
And Spider-Man black.
Spider-Man black.
Spider-Man black.
Spider-Man black. I don't just like my new air fryer. I love it.
All right, last one.
Last one. The angry Goodwill warehouse worker.
Yes!
Mom gets out for church and out for her doctor's appointment, and that's about it.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, for Mike Vaughn!
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? All these voices, what do they have you in the mood for?
Makes me want to be a voice actor, but also more music.
Yeah. Hey, let's welcome back out Alan.
All right. Thanks for having me back. I've made some stupid mistakes. I've turned some good ones away, but I've changed. I've suffered for a while, but I swear I've changed my style. I've been this way for so long. I ask myself, could there be something wrong? But I get back in the race, put a smile upon my face, and I'll try again.
go, Alan. Where can people find information about you and your music?
You are an arrow of light.com.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Don't forget that.
Wow. Not the first time you've been told that.
I know.
That's what I
Yeah,
always say.
yeah. And I'm the same expression every time, like.
Bit of a shock.
Yeah, I'm a Slytherin. What? Wow,
That
that
song
was.
also about his cat?
I don't know. Yeah, did you think it was about his cat? I don't know.
Could be.
Could be, yeah. He said that his cat was 18 years old.
Aww.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not a cat person. I don't
You're
know what
not?
to say.
Are
I'm
you a
not,
dog
sorry.
person?
Yeah.
Are you a kimono
well,
dragon person?
I'm more of a rodent person.
A rodent person. Do you have a rodent?
Hey, no, not anymore. I used to.
What was it?
As most rodents do, they die after a few years. So.
Too much love.
Yeah. They're rats.
They're rats.
Yeah.
Well, we actually have a secret.
Speaking of rats.
Speaking of rats, rats usually live a secretive life in your house when you're sleeping.
Nice save.
Yeah. And roof rats. Has anyone experienced roof rats? They're real. When branches or electrical wires connect to your roof, rats get up on the roof and they sleep there from predators.
See, that's cute. I find that cute.
No, it's terrifying. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. But we have a surprise guest.
I love surprise guests.
And this surprise guest, I am a huge fan of. I have been for years. They
Yes.
moved to Los Angeles, and we're going to find out about everything that they are doing. Go bananas for your surprise guest, Bri Pruett!
Great to see you. Oh my God. Thank you. Hi, Rebecca. Phil, so good to see you. Hi, you guys. Hello.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Do people sit in the middle? Where do people sit?
No, you're supposed to.
Oh my
have-
Sit wherever you
God.
want. You're a special guest.
Yeah. Bri Pruett, we are so excited to be
I'm so
here.
excited to be here. Curious Comedy, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to be back.
Your earrings are amazing.
Thank you very much. They're made of plastic.
Yeah.
Wow, she's doing well.
Moved to LA and everything's plastic all
Oh,
of a
girl,
sudden.
tell me about it.
How's Los Angeles?
Los Angeles is fine. This summer has been very good because the entire city is not on fire. That was a real problem last year.
Yeah.
It was truly bizarre, you guys. I'm from the Pacific Northwest. I'm used to a very damp environment, you know? And it was really wild. One time I was driving to the airport and I saw a full hill on fire and I never told anyone about it. Because it's so normal, you know? And you see fire and you think, oh, I hope it's arson, you know, because the natural kind is very dangerous.
Yeah, and it's
Hi.
no one's fault. Yeah.
You know, maybe. I don't know. It might be
Ooh.
like the fires here. It was children!
It's always children.
Well, I heard about
Fireworks.
the kid that started the gorge fires.
Yeah.
My best friend Kimberly Brady, who you know and love.
Yes.
She, years ago when it happened, was like, that person should be punished for the rest of their life financially, and that's what happened.
Get out of here!
Yeah, the person has to pay like 10% of their income for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know. That's kind of like the, when your parents are like, oh, I'm going to give you a punishment commensurate, like, because you smoke cigarettes.
Smoke a whole pack.
Now maybe that kid has to set fires. That's not a job. But how could that be punishment?
Or we'll put them
Not
out, or
quite
like he has to join the firefighter.
He has to be a firefighter.
For
That's
free,
it.
for free, reserve
For free.
firefighter, a volunteer firefighter. That's real.
He has to be, we cover him with flame retardant materials.
And make him walk through.
That's what I'm saying.
That'll show them.
So,
Yeah, it's so upsetting.
This is what you did.
so the summer's been good, but how is the heat? How's the heat down
It's
there?
great. Yeah, I thrive in the sun, it turns out. I look at me, ooh, such a healthy
Oh,
glow.
yes.
And also, you guys, I'm 35, but I am looking like a very young person because I've been in this, under the canopy of the mist of Pacific Northwest, you know? we're all like woodland fairies if you were raised here.
Well, and I do notice that people from Los Angeles are very ghoulish, you know, very.
Wow. What do you mean, like?
Well, they're just kind of witchy,
shallow.
and they kind of like wrinkle fast,
Yeah.
and they're just like kind of, you know, dead inside.
Yeah.
Watch out.
So
Very hard.
so you're probably just like a ray of light down there.
I grind my teeth all the time now.
God, do you
And
have a
Is that a cocaine reference?
no.
No,
It's
it's
hard.
not.
Life is hard, you know.
What's
I
the
use my
hardest
horn
thing?
all the time.
Yeah, what's the hardest thing?
What's the hardest thing? You know what? The food is just not as good, everyone. Yeah, that's why I'm such a skinny bitch now. Because truly, because in here it's just like every block, it's like biscuits, eggs Benedict, like it's all very good, and then just down there it's just not very good. There's a lot of donut shops, but you can only get so far with, you know, it's not a nourishing.
So you miss the
But-
food of Portland.
Yeah.
The burritos down there are better, right?
I guess, I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
not running my, you know, it's not like fueling my life.
Yeah.
I need like, I used
You're an
I
Eggs
need-
Benedict girl.
I just need like really good bakeries everywhere and very affordable like vegetarian meatball subs, you know? So yeah,
Vegetarian?
very
Are you-
relatable, I know.
Are you a vegetarian?
I'm a vegetarian.
I
I was
was
always
just-
kind of I don't know, I'm plant-based.
Oh, okay, well.
Just say plant-based.
There was like
I
no
eat
applause.
it
It was just like,
Should I leave?
That means bacon on Sundays. Is what plant-based means. Yeah, truly.
oh, I'm
Yeah,
vegetarian
it's
as
good.
well.
AOC wants us to be.
Yeah, no, I'm into it. I'm into it.
Yes.
Okay, so you miss the food of Portland, but what are some of the things, the good things that are happening for you in Los Angeles?
Well, guys, it's where all the media is made, you know, and so you meet these like, yeah, you go meet these like gatekeepers, and they say things like, "We love your diversity," and which is funny because I'm one person, and diversity is usually a group thing. But they say, "We love your diversity, and we love that you are so real looking." And I'm like, fuck off. How dare you? But I am real looking, and that is why I'm doing this, because I, you know, think there should be a little more representation in these TVs and movies. So,
Well, I
yeah.
think that there should be more Bri Pruett in television
Wow.
and movies. Yeah.
More Bri Pruett diversity in Hollywood.
Well, I don't know if everyone knows this, but Bri Pruett was the star of my Hump film a couple years ago.
Yes.
Birthday Boss. Did anybody watch Hump?
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay, you're among friends. It's
Yeah. Well, Bri was in
We'll
my film.
blur out
I
your
really enjoyed that.
It was awesome. Are you going to make another Hump film?
I did. I'm waiting to hear back about my current film to see if it got in this year. Yeah.
Congratulations. I just am excited that you made one.
Thank
I
you.
just am excited about porn.
Yes.
And, like, are you watching it? Are you making it? Tell me everything. Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah. Well, I have a part-time job at a grocery store, and one of my coworkers was like, "Oh yeah, I'm up on Pornhub. I'm into it," and I was like, "Really?"
I'm up on
What is-
Pornhub.
yeah.
Like
they
he's
have
in
videos?
a video on Pornhub, and I
Oh.
was like, "What?"
What's
and
it
he's like,
called?
I just want to see what it's about. What is it called? I don't know.
I don't know.
Guy jerk
Curious.
solo. Guy at grocery store in back room.
There was actually a few years ago. There was a Hump video about a grocery
Really?
store and all the like fruit or the veg. I don't know. It was like a sexualization of all
Don't
the
act like you
produce.
don't remember. I think you brought
It
it
was
up
my
more
favorite
than,
one that year.
Well, so what are some of the opportunities that you're getting into in Los Angeles? Are you taking over the world? What's going on?
Well, am I taking over the world? What's going on? Well,
Tell us if
I
you're
think,
taking over the world.
I think Hollywood is wild right now. Did you guys know that Fox bought Disney?
What?
Yeah. There's-
no, other way around. Disney bought Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney
Okay,
bought
that's
Fox.
a different. Okay.
It fucking doesn't matter. The
Either
billionaires
same
are
thing.
together
Yep.
now, and so it's really weird. It's really weird to be in this place where, yeah, and people talk a lot about like, oh, we love diversity, we love racial diversity, we love gender diversity and stuff like that, and I'm like, do you though? And that's basically how everything goes. Like all the negotiations are like, really? And they're like, bye. And then like, but yeah. So I'm writing a lot. I've written a couple of things, and I think like basically how Hollywood works now is you make something, it's very successful on the internet, and then they're like, oh, we think we can make money off your success. You're hired. And it's like, well, I was already doing it. I don't know if you guys like Broad City was a web series before it was a show. So like, I kind of think that creators can be anywhere now. Is my takeaway from moving to LA is if you want to make TV and movies, you can do that in Portland, and then when they see that you're crushing it, they'll just take it. Or buy it. Well, if you meet the right person, yeah. But it is pretty wild. But it is exciting to be around people who are like the makers. You know, they're just like they got the big ideas and they got the money, and it's exciting. So yeah, man, I'm just grinding. I do a weekly show in LA called Faded. If you're ever in LA, come check it out. I also do a monthly show called High Priestess, which is a cannabis, tarot, and comedy-themed stand-up show. And
Wait, what? Say that again one more time.
Cannabis.
Cannabis.
Y'all know it. You heard of it. Tarot cards, seeing the future, witch shit, and comedy. We do stand-up, and we mostly book women of color. We throw in the odd cishet male. If he's a person of color or fat. So only marginalized people.
Yes, great diversity.
A little play. Are you playing for fats? Good for you. Usually we get not such dainty notes, so I appreciate it. Light as a feather. So yeah, that's what's happening in LA. I did my solo show down there. It
Stellar.
Was, that was fun. That's a show about the dudes I fucked. You seen it?
Hell yeah.
Are you? Is that you? No, I'm just kidding.
Are you a co-writer?
What is it, number 13?
No, 57. Okay.
Girl, come on. But so just putting myself out there. It's like you go to a party or you go to a new high school and you like meet people. You put yourself out there. You find out who's a dick, who's like cool, and where you sit. You know, it's really interesting.
What table are you sitting at?
I'm sitting at, there's a lot of really powerful, funny women in the city. I was working with Wanda Sykes' production company.
Nice.
And, like, that's the coolest room you can get into.
Yeah.
She's killing it right now. And then I have this show, Faded, which is a weekly show with a bunch of dudes who run a podcast called All Fantasy Everything. If anyone's heard of that, wow. Yeah, it's a popular podcast, and Ian Carmel, Sean Jordan, Zach Toscani, some of the dudes from Portland. It's really great.
Yeah,
It's
well,
good little community.
all of Portland is rooting for you, especially here at Late Night Special. Hey, give it up for Bri Pruett. And you're up in Portland because you're recording. You're doing a 5-minute set, right?
Yes, I'm doing comedy here.
Yeah, you're doing comedy here,
Yeah.
but you're crafting a 5-minute set, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of get these like tight little bits together. So
Okay, yeah. And well, we're hoping that you would grace us with your premise. Do you want to see a 5-minute set from Bri Pruett? Yeah, and if it turns into 10, that's totally fine. All right, hey, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bri Pruett!
So, there she is. A few pounds ago, guys. I'm a skinny bitch now, for real. I don't know, I'm trying to look good for you guys. Hot girl summer, what's up? Hello. Also, I was feeling a little bit bloated, and I wanted to make that everyone's problem. I wanted to crowdsource my belly. I'm for sure, like, I've always been kind of a thick woman, but I've lost some weight, and it's weird. It's weird to identify that way. Now, some of you are seeing me for the first time, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, you've lost some weight. Still a pretty big girl, I know. I'm thick like gravy, but I used to be thick like cold gravy, right? Like, a little bit thicker. Also, talking about breakfast a lot during this show. I think I might be back someday, you know? I think I might get back to my fighting weight. I am thick, you know, but I've always identified as a fat person, fully fat. None of this mincing of words, identified as fully fat. And so sometimes now, when I call myself fat, people are like, hey, you're not fat, you're thick. And I'm like, maybe I'm still fat, but now you want to have sex with me, so I gotta rebrand. That sounds like your problem. That sounds like your deal. I'm good. I'm very good. Because beauty standards change. It's wild. Because when I was a young person, it was not cute to be fat. Now it's very cute. We're living in a post-Kardashian age, right? We just, butts are bigger, changed all together. But beauty standards change. It's good. That's why they make so much makeup. So if you don't like the way you look, you can paint another woman over you. Live as that person. Most women aren't in disguise all the time. And it's interesting because when I was young, not chill to be fat. Wasn't even any options for clothes when I was a young. Now they make hoe clothes in my size. So if you see fat girls with all their shit out, you just need to let them live because they just started doing this, okay? It's very exciting. When I was young, I had to shop at one store and it was called Lane Bryant. And it's a fine store if you're a substitute teacher, you know? It's a lot of sweater sets and blazers, you know? It's very conservative looks. And that's what I wore to middle school, right? That's all they had. For me, at that time, I would go to school every day, and then you miss class, and the teacher's like, "Where's Bri?" The kids are like, "I think she's temping. I think she's in HR now." And that's why she couldn't make it to social studies today. Very tough, very tough. But yeah, I am, as they say, body positive, and all that means I don't think anyone in this room, anyone on this stage should feel ashamed about the size of your body or what your body looks like.
Hell yeah.
Just the smells, boo. Body positive, smell negative. That's the kind of hot girl summer I'm having. Yeah, I am body positive, also sex positive. Hey, any sex positive people? Yeah. Whoa, a lot of sluts under the roof tonight. That's cool. I do like that a lot, and I also think that slut is kind of a dated word. It's kind of gendered. It's kind of like, a negative. Let's get rid of it. Here's a new word I'm playing with. Fuck hero. What about fuck hero? I think it's good. I also think it's like in this era of rescue dogs. I think you think fuck hero and you think, oh, who saved who? It's very. There's a balance exchange that happens. The next one is pleasure champion. Whoa, that's about the journey. You know what I'm saying? That's less. I like it because it's less results oriented, gentlemen. I just want enjoy the ride. Okay. The next one is for adults because I think we exclude older people from sex. Oh, your aunties and uncles are doing it, okay? And what if we elevated, sex to a place that is accessible to them? So say I'm a retiree, and you say, hey, Bri, what have you been up to? And I say, oh, I've been playing a lot of pickleball. That's not it. I've been playing a lot of pickleball. I've been collecting stamps, been getting into port wine. See me swilling this port wine? I've been getting into port wines. Also, I've become a bit of a genital enthusiast. Genital enthusiast. What? Okay, no more questions. Uncle, I'm good on that. Teens are abusing sluts. They weaponize slut culture. So I thought let's get the teens back. Teens love games. What about high scorer, right? Ding, 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 ding. That sounds like I'd watch a documentary about it, It's very good. High scorer, ding, ding. I like teens in a locker room, oh, you see Jessica Miller? About Jessica Miller? She hooked up with the entire soccer team. She's a real high scorer. What? Sick. Do you guys know any teens? They're very cool. Okay, I think most people think they're good at sex, right? Most people think, oh, I'm like a 6 and up, right? You think I'm pretty good, I got a little verification, okay? I got a little receipt for something I've been doing 5 years ago. In fact, in the city of Portland, Oregon, I hooked up with someone 5 years ago. They found me on social media, and I got a like on my phone because they liked a post I made on the social media platform Venmo. Venmo, ladies and gentlemen. I put it down so good. This fool's been tracking me financially. Yeah. I'm putting it down like a wife and partner, okay, folks? Yes, honey. And I'm not trying to brag. I just try to I want to change people's ideas about what fat people are doing out here. I take down some pretty interesting tale. And I'll tell you this gentleman was at the time a former professional basketball player. In the Ukraine. It still counts. They take our guys. He's not Ukrainian. He's one of our boys. So pretty good. I am a heterosexual woman. I'll wrap up with this. I am a heterosexual woman, which is fine, just the way things shook out this time. But I am very open, I've always had queer friends very supportive of me. The other day I saw a beautiful woman walk into this bar that we were in, and I thought, oh my God, maybe I'm attracted to this girl, My friends were like, who? And I'm like, oh, that fat girl in a tracksuit. And she comes in and they're like, oh my God, that girl, that vaguely ethnic chubby brunette? Yeah. That girl looks like you. So you are not gay, you are a narcissist. That's what's happening there. Thank you guys so much. Jay, Bill, Rebecca, everybody, thank you. Everybody.
The champion. Hey, that's our show, Late Night Special!
That's right, folks. Welcome to the after party. We're gonna play some more music. Feel free to take off, but we're gonna keep rocking. Why? Because music is its own reward. Okay, I guess what else is the reward is my delicious Kolsch beer waiting 5 feet over there real quick. And then I'm gonna play 2 songs about my cat. Right here. I ain't going anywhere. There you are. Back. That was it. I just had to grab the delicious beer.